Hey everybody, welcome to a quick look at the Darkside Detective. This is an indie adventure game. I gotta make this music just a little bit lower. We can make sure to leave police corruption on, that's very important. That came out a few weeks ago by the time you're watching this video. The developers were kind enough to send me a press copy, and I wanted to take a look at it here. In terms of the adventure game genre, this is definitely more on the, I guess, beginner side of things. You're not going to find anything as crazy as what you see in older school adventure games or even something like Thimbleweed Park, but it is a decent cross-section in terms of writing and puzzle design. And like I said, it definitely feels like it's aimed for people who would like to experience some of the older school adventure games without, of course, the crazy complexity and insane puzzle solving. The game seems to be getting louder as I'm talking. Now, keep in mind that what I'm going to show you is going to be spoiler, no matter how I cut it or slice it. So we're only going to take a look at the first of these 6 cases that are included, and that way that should give you more than enough feel for the game. We basically play as a detective and his officer friend who are in charge of any kind of occult or strange cases that are happening in the town. And there's some decent humor between McQueen and Dooley. As you can see, the game definitely makes use of pixel art. The backgrounds have a pretty nice detail to them, though. So each case is basically a short vignette in terms of the adventure game design. There is no carryover or items that are held, so it's kept very straightforward like that. And of course the town we're in is Twin Lakes, which anyone who's a fan of Twin Peaks probably gets the reference. And there's also, while we're not going to see too much of it in this video, there are also a lot of fourth wall breaking jokes as well. Because there is no transitioning animation, you move very quickly to and from the various rooms. As you can see, you can click on him and get jokes as well. And again, puzzles are kept on the simple side of things, usually requiring an item in the environment or talking to someone to unlock what you need. Moves our way into the attic. Let's put this in. Ooh. Of course, very dry humor from our friend here. Cult for Dummies book. It's always a good time for grammar, exactly. Well, we'll just have to go see about that, right? he says. That's some really good writing there. So let's head on down. Again, very simple. We can drag items to combine them, or onto the detective or people to use them. There's our lantern. And Dooley basically just is there for comic relief. Like I said, I already saw this, so I'm trying to be somewhat slow so you can get some of the jokes, while keeping things moving along at a decent clip. So you do have puzzles like this. Let's do that. And voila. And there's our missing girl. And while the cases are dealing with like the occult and horror, everything is kept pretty much, I guess, G-rated. Like, we're not going to be seeing any swearing or blood or anything along those lines. Take that. I can tell my pun. And the case is solved. And the story will carry over into the different cases, but again, nothing in terms of you needing to have an item or understanding from a previous case that will solve a puzzle in a later one. Everything is self-contained like that. And that's the case. Again, cases are maybe like 10 to 15 minutes long once you know what you're doing, and the puzzle logic is kept relatively straightforward. But that, I think, will do it for the Darkside Detective. I could probably sit here and go through all 6 cases in a single video, but that would kind of be spoiling a whole lot for you. So while it may not have the creepy edge as something like the Last Door or the challenge of Thimbleweed Park, like I said, this is a good, jeez, it got loud again, a good entry level into the adventure genre. And if it does well enough, I'm sure developers will be happy enough to continue the story. So if you're looking for an adventure game that is definitely more on humor than challenge, definitely take a look at the Darkside Detective. Well, that said, we're going to wrap up this spotlight here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you're working on an indie game that you would like me to take a look at in a future video, definitely get in touch and check back for daily videos on game design here and on GameWisdom.com, where we examine the art and science of games. Once again, this has been the Darkside Detective. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and come back around 10 Eastern for regular streaming. For a collection of my writings as well as weekly podcasts on game development, be sure to check out game-wisdom.com. Follow me on Twitter at GWBycer for updates throughout the day. And to help support everything that I do, you can find me on Patreon under GWBycer or Game Wisdom. Your donations can help to keep things running, and when we hit some goals, it will mean more content for everyone to enjoy. So, thanks again for watching, and be sure to come back for daily discussions on game design on the Game Wisdom channel.